Imagine working a late night shift, all alone, when the world outside feels like it's gone to sleep, and the silence is so thick you can almost hear your own thoughts echoing back at you.
You tell yourself it's peaceful, that nothing bad ever really happens in places like this, not to people like you.
That's what I believe too.
I thought I was safe.
I thought routines protected me.
I thought the night was predictable.
But all it takes is one stranger, one quiet moment, one subtle change in the pattern, and suddenly your entire sense of reality begins to crack.
My name is Thomas Hurley, and for the past 2 years, I worked the late shift at a local fast food restaurant from 10 at night until 4 in the morning.
It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't exciting, but it paid the bills, and more importantly, it fit me. I've always been a night owl. While most people dread the darkness, I found comfort in it. Fewer customers, fewer problems, fewer eyes watching. Or at least, that's what I thought. Most nights followed the same rhythm. The hum of the freezer, the soft buzz of fluorescent lights, the occasional car rolling through the drive-thru like a ghost passing through. I'd wipe counters, restock sauces, stare out into the empty parking lot and count the minutes until sunrise.
The world felt distant, like I was watching it through glass. About a month before everything unraveled, it was a particularly slow night.
One of those shifts where time stretches and your mind starts wandering just to stay awake.
Around 1:30 in the morning, I heard the familiar beep of the drive-through sensor. A car had pulled up. The man's voice came through the speaker, calm and ordinary.
No accent, no emotion.
He ordered a large double burger meal with cheese and a Coke.
Standard, forgettable.
I repeated the order back, gave him the total, and waited. When he pulled up to the payment window, something felt off. He only rolled his window down an inch, just enough to slide his card through. The rest of the windows were tinted so dark they reflected my own face back at me. I couldn't see him at all.
Not his eyes,
Not his hands.
nothing.
I ran the card, handed him the receipt, and expected him to pull forward to the pickup window.
Instead, he drove away. No food, no hesitation, just gone. At first, I laughed it off. People forget things. People get distracted. Maybe he realized he didn't want fast food at 1:30 in the morning. I waited a few minutes, then eventually ate the meal myself.
Free food is free food, right?
I didn't think about it again. Not really.
But a week later, it happened again.
Same time,
Same car, same order, same dark windows, same inch-wide crack, same card, same disappearing act.
that's when I paused. 2 times is coincidence, I told myself.
Still, something in my stomach tightened. By the 3rd time, there was no denying it.
This was the same person.
Same voice, same pattern.
And this time, instead of being unsettled, I found myself almost
Curious,
The food was paid for.
I was hungry,
I ate it again.
and somewhere along the line, curiosity turned into expectation.
Every few nights, between 1 and 3 a.m., I'd find myself listening a little harder for the beep of the sensor.
Wondering if tonight would be the night he showed up. It sounds ridiculous now, but it felt harmless, almost comforting.
Like some strange, silent ritual shared between 2 strangers who never actually met. Until one night, everything changed.
It was just after 2 in the morning when I heard his voice again. Same order, same tone.
But this time,
Before I could repeat it back, he added something that made the air leave my lungs.
I hope you've been enjoying those burgers, Mr. Hurley, my last name. Hurley.
I don't wear a name tag.
It's not on the receipt.
It's not displayed anywhere. There was no reason for him to know it.
My mind froze.
I felt heat rush to my face, then drain away just as fast. I asked who he was. I asked how he knew my name. I asked what he wanted. I must have said, "Who is this?"
5 times. He didn't respond. He didn't pull up to the window. I heard the engine rev, tires crunching against gravel, and then silence. The rest of my shift passed in a blur. Every shadow looked wrong. Every sound made me jump. By the time I locked up and drove home, my hands were shaking on the steering wheel. When I got home, the porch light was on.
I don't remember turning it on.
There was an envelope on my doorstep.
No stamp, no return address.
Inside was a handwritten note. 4 words, written in block letters. I know what you did, underneath it. You have 3 days. I stared at that note for a long time, trying to understand what it meant. I haven't done anything.
I don't have secrets. I don't have enemies.
Or at least, I didn't think I did. I didn't sleep the night.
I sat on my couch with every light on, replaying my entire life in my head, searching for something, anything that could explain this.
The next night at work, he came back. This time, he didn't order food.
He pulled up to the window and slid a folded piece of paper through the crack. I quit the fast food job a week later. I couldn't stand the thought of standing alone behind glass anymore. I picked up driving for Uber instead, thinking being on the move would make me safer.
It didn't.
One night, after dropping off a passenger in the suburbs around 2 a.m., I was heading back toward the city when I saw a car stopped in the middle of the road with its hazard lights on. 2 people were standing beside it, waving frantically.
Everything in me screamed not to stop, but I did anyway. They were a middle-aged couple. The woman spoke quickly, urgently, telling me the bridge ahead had collapsed, that they had barely escaped. She pointed toward a narrow dirt road leading into the woods, insisting it was the only way around.
Something about her words felt rehearsed, like lines memorized and repeated. I thanked them, nodded, and continued straight instead.
My heart pounded the entire drive home. A few days later, curiosity dragged me back to that spot in daylight. The dirt road was empty, silent.
A hand-painted sign was nailed to a tree at the entrance.
Dead end. That sign hadn't been there before.
As I stood there, debating whether to leave, a scream echoed through the woods. A woman's scream. Raw.
Panicked.
Close enough to hear. Far enough that I couldn't see anything.
I ran. I didn't look back. I took a job as overnight security at a warehouse after that.
11 p.m.
to 7 a.m. 8 months of quiet patrols, until one snowy night.
Motion alerts kept triggering on a dock camera.
Nothing there.
Snow untouched.
Doors locked. Then I heard scraping. Metal on concrete.
One camera feed went black, then came back slightly angled, like someone had touched it.
Inside, I heard footsteps that weren't mine. When morning came, there was no evidence. No signs of entry. No explanation. The final straw was the gym. 24-hour access. One man running barefoot on a treadmill at 9 miles per hour. Blood pooling beneath his feet, staring straight ahead. When I yelled, he whispered, "Are you there?" Then he vanished. Cameras showed nothing. Screaming followed.
I locked myself inside until police arrived.
No one was found.
All of these experiences had something in common.
Isolation.
Observation.
Control. Someone watching, waiting, testing boundaries.
The danger wasn't just physical. It was psychological. It crept in slowly, reshaping how I see the world, making me doubt every quiet moment.
Every empty room. Every late night. I don't work nights anymore.
I don't trust silence. And if you're listening to this alone, right now, in the dark,
just remember one thing. You are never as alone as you think. Someone might already be watching. Thanks for listening to Mystery Spectrum. Subscribe, hit the bell, and I'll see you in the next story, if you dare.